How do you feel about AI?
I knew that was coming.
You knew that one was coming?
I knew that was coming.
You know what I mean? Especially with the type of work that we all do. You know, we all working in an area to where, you know, creativity is important. And now, man, somebody can design or, you know, they could edit and all this stuff as a professional, you know, especially like what we do. You know, somebody go on CapCut. You understand what I'm saying? You got access to all the different types of, you know, what do they call it? Templates and things like that. So how do you feel about AI in general?
I use AI as a tool.
Okay.
So I think it's funny because when everybody started using it, I forget the designer that shared it, but it had all the other designers just laughing. And it was like, we don't have anything to worry about with AI because if they can't explain to us what they want, how can they explain it to AI and know that this is what they want?
Okay.
So, like, common thing I hear from artists or whoever is when I design something is make it pop. But what does make it pop mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you want it to blow up? Like, do you want bright colors? Like, what does make it pop mean?
Yeah.
So, and then you have to also think, like, if you're a business owner, how do you explain to AI what your brand is and have them spit out that image or that video or whatever, and you know that this is what is gonna this will represent my brand effectively and get the message across. I was just in a group with somebody, and a designer was talking about logos, getting a logo made, and you know, if you want a logo, you need to spend an appropriate amount of money, and if not, you need to be prepared to get something that is going to look like the amount of money you spent on. So somebody in the comment section was like, well, you know, with AI, I could pay AI $10. It'll spit out 5 different versions of a logo. I could pick it and da-da-da-da. And then you get into the technical part of it, which I told them, you know, yeah, you could do that, but knowing that AI is not going to give you the format that you need for your logo, it's not going to give you the resolution you need for your logo. It's going to give you an image that you possibly can't get licensed. You can't get copyright to really use the way you want to use it. And then
it's gonna be generic too.
Yeah.
If I had an idea close to yours, it'd be the same. Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like I tell people who go to Fiverr, like, yeah, you can go to Fiverr. There's some talented people on Fiverr, but you got to know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
And then you have to be able to further communicate to them what it is that you're looking for. You might as well go to a designer in the city that you're in, because you're gonna have to do the same thing. And then you have to know what it is that you need to get from that designer on Fiverr. You know, you're going to have to get the source file for your logo. You're going to have to get the proper resolution, because people want to get logos and put them on T-shirts, but then wonder why T-shirt company call back and be like, hey, the resolution not high enough. They stretch it, they get blurry. Like all of that stuff. So people don't take that into consideration, and wonder why when somebody says, yeah, it's $300, $500, $600 for a logo, why it costs that much. People also don't understand the difference between an image, a logo and a graphic. So with a graphic, you know, you see all these logos with the glitter fonts and all that stuff. Like that's a graphic image. So in printing that and stretching that, the resolution needs to be on point. And all of that stuff in order for you to do that. And then even if you're producing it on, depending on the type of media, if it's a website, a TV screen, a T-shirt, you got to have the right resolution for it so that all of the details show up. And then even then doing that, if you're printing on the T-shirt, y'all know, like, the more colors you got in the logo, it's going to cost you.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The more detail, the detail may not translate into being printed or embroidered on a T-shirt. So you got to keep all of that stuff in mind.
That's what's up. Now, you mentioned source file.
Yeah.
What is that? What you talking about?
Source file is the original file that was used to create your logo. So, like, if I send you a JPEG and you open it up in Illustrator, because I make logos in Illustrator. If I send you a JPEG and you open it up in Illustrator, you click on it, it's going to click on the whole file, like the white space, the empty space.
The original, yeah.
It's going to click on that. But if I send you the source file of your logo, and I know y'all got the cartoon, so, like, if you click on the eye of your cartoon, just the eye is going to be selected. If you click on the brim of the hat, just the brim of the hat going to be selected, or however they made your logo.
Yeah.
So if you have the source file, and it's easier to manipulate because in Illustrator creates vector files, and a vector file is, no matter how you stretch it,
They stay the
the
same.
components that's made of it is it's an equation pretty much. So, like, no matter how you stretch it, the pixels are gonna adjust and still show up clear.
Keep the quality.
But if you have a raster image, which is what Photoshop creates, where you stretch it, the pixels don't really stretch with it. So you get blurry images the bigger you stretch it or the smaller you stretch it.
Now, the source file don't have anything to do with any type of legal issues, anything like that, you know, when it
Yes.
comes to copyright.
If you have the source file, you have the copyright. But a lot of people don't know that. So
Someone was
when
just
you-
talking to us about that's why I asked
with
that
music,
question.
yeah.
with music.
So when you say you come to me and get a logo, I say, hey, all right, I'm gonna give you this JPEG. Now you take it to go get copyrighted. Now say something happens down the road and say I just don't like you. I wake up one day and I just don't like you.
Man, I hate that.
And I take
you'll have a
Yeah.
lot of company that with
and
you.
I take it and I take you to court and I'll be like, he can't use this logo, he ain't got the copyrights to use it. And you be like, well, this is the date I copyrighted it. And I'd be like, well, I got the source file that was created before that date you copyrighted.
Yeah.
Technically, I would win in court.
Yep. You got
So that's
the
how
original.
that works.
Yeah,
So
you got the original.
When you get
Did you
your
sue him
logo,
for money and all that other stuff too?
You probably can't sue him for money. Well, I mean, it depends on if you want to seek damages for
Yeah.
they using my image without.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
People
Yeah.
would do that.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
would do that. So
Yeah.
that's like when I was first getting into graphic design, it was like about 2012, 13, something. You had designers saying, I'll do a logo for you, but you could lease it for
Oh, no.
some amount of
Yeah.
time. So people was out here leasing logos.
It's crazy. Just buy it.
It was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, when you asking for somebody to do your logo, you always ask for the source file or the original file that they made it in. Like, some people can make them in Photoshop, but most people that make logos make them in Illustrator.
Okay.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man, you go wind up in court and you know you done somebody wrong. That's when you need to grow you another set of eyes in the back of your head.
And it's
You
like,
understand what I'm talking about?
it's like the same thing with photos too. So like asking a photographer for the raw files and they look at you crazy is because those raw files is like the copyright.
Yeah.
It's like the source file of the image.
So if you know better, you better ask for that.
Yeah. And
No matter how he look at you.
right. So
It's yours, yeah,
So
yeah.
and if the photographer has sense, he won't get mad at you. He'll just be like, all right, well, for me to give you the raw images, it's gonna cost this much. Because again, he giving up his exclusive rights to those photos.
Yeah. You can't do nothing else with
Which
it. Yeah.
which makes sense. It's like,
Why would that be an issue? Now, if I come and I pay you your fee, you know what I mean, and I want everything, you know what I mean?
He can't
Why
have
why would you want to keep something? Like if I'm at a photographer, I'm doing a photo shoot.
Because if I want to get new clients and I want to show them,
Yeah,
the
he
work
can't
that I
advertise
did
the
with
work. Yeah.
I can't advertise the work.
But you could get that access
you-
from me. I could give you that, right?
You could,
Yeah.
but to just limit that headache, I get you to sign a release form. So I'm gonna give you copies of the images that I edited, but I still get to do with
Whatever I want to do with it to make money. Yeah.
So, which usually comes down to just like advertising
Yeah.
and stuff.
To build your portfolio. Yeah.
You know something that I've noticed here since me and my man been walking down this trail? There's really nobody talking about contracts, paperwork.
Yeah.
We tend to want to do a lot of things off the strength of our word. When your word ain't no damn good. You understand what I'm saying? Or your word is shaky at best. You know, now when you start, like you were just talking about the photographer, you know what I mean? Joker, look at you funny when you go to talking about paperwork, but hey, look here, man, if we expecting to make money,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
So that's like, I know if, like most times I bring up, just because of my client base, if I bring up a contract, they're going to look weird, feel like they're jumping through hoops, they don't want to work.
Yeah.
So, which I could just be like, all right, well, fine, I ain't got to work with you.
True.
But I like what I do, so, and I like for people to feel comfortable. So I don't bring up a contract, but if you bring up a contract, I'll be like, all right, I can draw one up.
Yeah.
I'll just draw it up. So, I mean, I get it. I get it, but then that's why you got stuff like people running out on half-done logos and or people not paying when they need to pay, or people not having stuff done on time, and all that stuff. So I get it.
So you don't mind working both ways. You'll work off the strength, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or it don't matter if somebody. But the reason why I wanted to ask you about AI, and you spoke about that source file, is just a lot of people just don't understand how important source file is.
Yeah.
Graphic design and music. But
Yeah.
you have a lot of people that's in studios. You have a lot of people that's getting things printed and created, and they don't understand about the business aspect of
Yeah.
having that source file.
Just like I found out, like with music, when you record, you get your song done, and you don't get that session, like the studio on that session.
We were just talking
We
about
were
that.
just talking about
You got-
Richard Burns about that.
Yeah, and you gotta get
Gotta
the,
have that
you gotta
file.
get the session from them. So I mean, and it should be. It should be. You should be willing. I ain't gonna say to pay whatever, but you should be willing to at least expect to pay something
Yeah.
to get your source material from somebody.
Yeah.
If you want to have complete control over it.
True.
But if I pay your studio time fee and I say, hey, look here, all the work that we do, I want you to use this right here, this flash drive. And when I leave, I want that flash drive.
Yeah, they're gonna give you the flash drive.
Yeah. So when it comes to that whole, the source file should be on the flash drive, right?
Yeah. But it's gonna be a higher price for that.
Yeah.
No, but why would it be a higher price?
Because you brought me the idea, but I still had to create it with my equipment and all the other stuff. Because now, again, like he was saying, you can't make money off of it once you take
Because
it.
if I say this, I just give you the source file, right?
Right.
Because I know producers who have this capability. I give you the source file. They can go through your like you take it to your producer. They can go to the source file, take my drawing patterns off of it, repackage them and sell them, and then make money off of my drawing patterns.
Yeah.
Or they could take the effects that I've used on your voice, figure out where I got this stuff from.
Take it. Yeah.
Take my business that I've been creating. It's like little nuances and stuff like that. That
It's your
matters when
cookbook.
it come to
it's
that
your whole
matters when it
cookbook
come
they
to
can take.
source files.
So if I made the beat, wrote the lyrics, add everything, I just wanted to go to your studio,
Just like-
record and have it mixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just all the levels mixed to perfection. But I've done all of this.
Well, see, if you're coming to them with the source file, they would never have it. You would just have to tell them, all right, take that off your computer.
Okay. So you saying if they making the beats and they, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
all the other good stuff, that they should have a portion of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would think so.
Because they did real work. Yeah, they did some real work.
And if you want the file, if you want the complete file, you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Like I said, like the same thing with the source file for me. Like if I give you a logo and then I just hand over the source file, but I incorporate that in my feed.
Yeah, you gonna make it hot. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll be
So,
hot. Yeah.
but if I don't do that and I just give you the source file, then you could be like, I don't want you promoting
Nothing.
using
Yeah,
my
yeah,
logo.
yeah. Can't even show
Like,
it. Yeah,
you can't show nobody this.
Yeah.
So,
That's what's up.
and like I know a designer who did the OVO logo. I know a designer who I want to say created logos for like different podcasts and stuff, and like what's stopping them from being like, nah, you can't tell nobody you did my logo.
Yeah.
For real.
Which will only help me with business, and we already like designers already face people like not tagging people and showing them that they did the work.
Not showing love, man. Yeah.
So like artists will post album covers and won't tag the designer.
Give you no
Right,
credit.
right.
Give you no credit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.